There are different versions of the cry of Balintawak that came from different people, that witnesses, or in a part of the said incident. This became a controversy issue in the Philippine history, and up until now it still remains unsolved. Some said it happened in Balintawak, and some said it happened in Pugadlawin. Although we are commemorating this historical event, many of us still not aware what happened behind it. In this presentation, we are going to talk about the different authors and their accounts and what really happened in the cry of Balintawak.
Dr. Pio Valenzuela, the cry of Pugadlawin. He was one of Bonifacio's principal assistants in the Katipunan organization and was present on the actual meeting before the scene happened. Based on Valenzuela, it happened on Pugadlawin in the house, storehouse, and yard of Juan Ramos, son of Melchora Aquino. There are 1,000 members of the Katipunan met and carried out considerable debate on August 23, 1896. After that, many of those present tore their cedulas and shouted, "Love live the Philippines! Long live the Philippines!" It was documented to the Philippine history. The first version was Pugadlawin on August 26. Later on, he changed it, which leads to his second version, August 23, 1896.
Gregoria de Jesus, the first cry. She was the wife of Andres Bonifacio and the Lacambini of the Katipunan. She was a participant of the event and also the custodian of the documents and seal of the Katipunan. According to her, the version of her first cry happened near Caloocan on August 25, 1896.
Santiago Berata Alvarez, the cry of Bahay Toro, relative of Gregorio de Jesus, the wife of Andres Bonifacio, and the son of Mariano Alvarez. He became the Captain General and later on promoted as Commander-in-Chief of Maldivian forces and valiantly fought the Spaniards on 1896 to 1897. He wasn't present on the said event, that's why his version is not given title. The people who was present on the said event shouted, "Long live the sons of the country! Mabuhay ang mga anak ng bayan!" It was documented on the Philippine history. He said that the cry happened at Bahay Toro, Quezon City on August 24, 1896.
General Guillermo Masangkay, the cry of Balintawak. A loyal and faithful friend and advisor of Andres Bonifacio, one of the pioneer members of Katipunan who designated to build the extension of KKK organization at Cavite. According to him, he has presented two versions. He has said that the first rally of the Philippine Revolution happened on August 26, 1896. Later on, he interviewed at Bagong Buhay, a newspaper company. He changed it on August 23, 1896. According to his granddaughter Soledad Villar Borromeo, changed it back to August 24, 1896 and began the cry of Balintawak, a controversy.
The phrase cry of Balintawak is actually a translation of the Spanish phrase El Grito de Rebellion or El Grito, which means the cry of rebellion, rather than the words themselves. Unlike the Filipino word sigaw, it denotes a call to rebellion and does not always include yelling. The first conflict between the Katipuneros and the Guardia Civil was mentioned. The Contextual event is marked as the beginning of the Philippine Revolution against over 300 years of Spanish rule began with Andres Bonifacio, the leader of Katipunan, a secret revolutionary society that sought independence for the Philippines from Spanish colonial rule. In August 1896, the cry of the rebellion happened.
The cry refers to the first clash of the Katipuneros, showing the reform by tearing up their cedulas into pieces, implicated that they have pronounced to refuse their enslavement and servitude with the Spaniards. Filipino people finally realized the lasting value of freedom, independence, and the need to fight to prove themselves worthy to be called a truly free people.
Katipunan members became impatient with the slow progress of their struggle as the year passed. Their desire to arrive at the day they will strike again of pressure grew. The frequently meeting released suspicions among Spanish authorities. Please learn about the Katipunan on August 19, 1896. The discovery of the Katipunan occurs when two KK members, Apolinario de la Cruz and Teodoro Patio, disagree with their plan and decide to betray them. It led to the widespread detention of the Filipino who were thought to be Katipunan members. First, more than 500 people were detained and sent to Fort Santiago. Following the incidents, Bonifacio held a meeting to discuss their next move. In order to signify their freedom from Spanish colonization, Bonifacio requested them to bring their cédulas under them up. Various explanations of the term have been proposed throughout the years, but today is recognized to refer to the caballeros receiving of community tax certificate or the cédulas personate, which represent their rebellion against Spain and is accompanied by patronage cries. The precise date and collocation of the cry are disputed by many because there are numerous stories of the event, dates, and location. The official position was that cry took place on August 26 in Balintawak from 1908 to 1963. The Philippine government announced in 1963 that August 23 will now be in Pugadlawin, Quezon City.
The cry of Pugadlawin was a hoax, according to Dr. Burmer's accounts of events in Balintawak in her book, The Cry of Balintawak, a country of controversy. In August 1896, Andres Bonifacio led a group of Katipuneros assembled in Pok, Kangkong. Although there are various accounts of what it is called and where it occurred, some says that the first cry heard at Balintawak is a more realistic description. These are the causes. It is incorrect to refer to the revolution as the cry of Pugadlawin because the people of Balintawak started it against the Spaniards. Prior to the Second World War, Pugadlawin was never recognized as a place name on any Filipino map. Pugadlawin first appeared in historical accounts in 1928 or 32 years after the events. Traditional beliefs have always claimed that the revolution took place in Balintawak, a region separate from Caloocan and Diliman.
The beginning of Philippine independence from the Spaniards symbolized from the first cry of Balintawak. It provides us knowledge to the Filipino to fight for their rights and freedom. Also on how Filipinos sacrifice their lives for the sake of our country. Celebrates the pivotal time in Philippine history when the Katipuneros groups of Filipinos, in particular, took a stand in favor of using force to end the 300-year Spanish occupation. The cry of Balintawak could be contemplate and usual refers as the tangible proof of the blood, sweat, and tears that our beloved countrymen fought for. The Filipinos shows their selfishness on taking the freedom from Spaniards' abuses and biased treatment, based on the act that declared from proclamation and independence. As Filipinos are commemorating the freedom and independence that our countrymen invested their sacrifice just to win all of this for us, the Filipinos, and our lovely country, the Philippines.
In conclusion, the cry of Balintawak put some confusions on what is the right details caused by different claims by different authors, different settings, and different stories. Even though there's a lot of differences, authors uniting that there is a period of time that Filipinos put together and fight back to the problem they are facing even their lack of weapons and people, but their hearts are crying for freedom. Today, we must preserve and remember this heroic action that brings our country into freedom and take inspiration to this to continue shouting and crying for our freedom. Not talking to a war but freedom from poverty, freedom to fight our rights, freedom to help nature and other problems, issues, hindrances that we are facing to move forward as a nation.